Hello, my name is Mariah Kalapu, and this is my Case 3 assignment. In the past century, 4 different companies have held the title of being a leader in the consumer electronics industry, each one with its own strategies that led to the successes and mishaps of the company. Beginning with Philips, it was founded in the Netherlands by 2 brothers who saw the need for a strong focus on the company's research and development for it to be successful. Their investment led to innovations with the light bulb and an expansion in its portfolio. Shortly after its start, Philips began producing such products as the vacuum tube, electric shaver, and even radio, which became the company's biggest success. With this success, Philips was able to expand internationally and gave the national organizations in each country the independence to design, manufacture, sell, etc., based on its local market conditions. Despite this flexibility to make products tailored to its local market, trade restrictions started to decrease in Europe, allowing for other companies to compete with Philips. Panasonic was one of those companies. Started in Japan by a young electric company inspector with just 100 yen to invest, Panasonic's goal to produce products at a 30% less cost than its competition effectively put it in the running to become a leader in the consumer electronics industry. Effectively producing products at a fraction of the cost, Panasonic began to capitalize and diversify its portfolio with a structure to keep its business units semi-autonomous. For example, a division needed to request a loan for additional funding through its headquarters in Japan. This kept its international expansion closely regulated. By the time Panasonic decided to switch to a decentralized strategy, there was enough resistance that the company began to decline in profits, and eventually allowing for another company to make its way to the front of the lines. When Sony began its rise to the top, its founders declared that the company is destined for success because, open quote, the reconstruction of Japan depends on the development of dynamic technologies, close quote. With the focus on innovation, the founders guided their employees with the slogan of "Research makes the difference." With all the money invested into its R&D, Sony had a plethora of firsts, with the first transistor radio, the first all-transistor TV, the Walkman, the PlayStation game system, and many others. While they were able to successfully expand globally, the recession in Japan hurt them enough to make way for Samsung. What started out as a trading company, Samsung saw an opportunity to enter into the same market during a time when Sony and Panasonic were struggling. After seeing the success they were having with manufacturing black and white TVs, Samsung began to mass produce other products that companies before them like Panasonic had designed. When a son of the founder took over after his death, he introduced new initiatives that looked to keep the company's manufacturing and production processes intact, while also investing more time and money into R&D, design, and marketing. Of these, the most interesting new approach was that of the designers and engineers working closely together to design new products for its consumers. In the face of a crisis, Samsung's handling of it separated them from those companies that came before it, Philips, Panasonic, and Sony. Despite taking a loss, Samsung knew they had to figure out how to remain relevant with its consumer base. Premium products and brand recognition helped Samsung get out of debt during the Asian financial crises, Similar to what Philips had done, Samsung implemented a global localization strategy that helped to sell their products to its varying consumer base around the world. Where Samsung knows that affordability is a key factor in whether a customer in a certain region would buy its product or not, they understand their more high-end product does not need to be pushed to be sold there, and vice versa. As new companies begin to pop up left and right, it would be important for Samsung to continue focusing on its ability to make premium products while continuing to consider what products can be sold best and in what region, rather than try to sell all of their products in all the regions. Specifically, in low-income regions, their high-end products will undoubtedly not do well there. So they should look to design more affordable options to be sold there. Likewise, in areas that are more affluent, they shouldn't look to sell all of their products because the customer base will be different in that they will only be looking for products that they will perceive as being of better quality based on its prices. This will benefit Samsung for years to come if they cater to their customer base in this way. Now, if a company XYZ were to come along and attempt to compete in the consumer electronics industry, it's important that they recognize what has been done by other companies in the same industry, what has worked and not worked. Ideally, they should look to invest heavily into their R&D so that the products they'll want to sell and be profitable with are products that work great and have a good rapport with customers. Customers know what they like and don't like. And in this day and age, there are ideas floating around social media that can be very useful in the design and production of any products that company XYZ may want to produce and sell. Therefore, they should leverage their social media platform to come up with ideas for a new product or how to improve an existing product. Additionally, most customers in this day and age are drawn to a company based on how socially responsible they are. So it's important that a new company coming into the consumer electronics industry is aware of how socially responsible can their products be compared to other companies in the same industry. Thank you, and have a great day.